Felicia, as well as Priestess Makala, as well as Niana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Me, myself, and I are here. How are you doing today? How's everybody today? Uh, we have to talk. Okay, so I kind of was sitting with Spirit and I said, well, what do you want me to go in and talk about? And he said, talk about your experience. What happened today? And I said, it's nothing really. He said, oh, yes, it is. And I said, okay, fine. So I woke up this morning at 3. Starting to be the norm thing. Don't you find that kind of normal for all of us? We just wake up at 3 o'clock. Dreams of 3 o'clock. What's happening in the ethers? So I wake up, and you know I'm out here in California land. And I look out. Now remember what I told you the other night about the moon. Hi, lovely. Hi, come on in. So I look out the view, the window, and all I see is the moon, half moon, sitting out in the distance, bright red, like red, like blood was put on it. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, I've never seen it that red before. I've seen it before when we had the other fires and seen it when it was, it was red, but this literally was red. Looked like Mars. It was so red. And I just looked at it and I said, damn. So I said, okay, it's the fires and blah, blah, blah. So I go about my business. I wake up again at 4 and I look and it's moved. So now it's like this rosy pink color. And I'm like, okay, it's still like rosy pink color. But I only see one star. I don't see the other stars. I'm like, where's the other stars? If they're in the sky, where's the other stars? Where'd they go? Did they just say, we're not going to show up tonight? The moon's out here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I went ahead and just said, okay, whatever. I left it. And I was thinking, I said, it'd be nice if the young ones, had a visit and she went and visit for a little bit. And I just thought it. Boom. She goes out and she's doing her thing, she's out on a visit. I was like, okay. So I said, okay, while she's gone, I'm going to go I would like to have a pizza. Not just any kind of pizza. It's an Italian, the best pizza. Now, I'm pretty sure I haven't had New York pizza before. But I know it doesn't compare to New York. And one day I'm going to have New York pizza. Because I hear New York pizza is like insane. So I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and have Skipolini's. I'm going to get my black and white pizza. Parmesan cheese, mushroom, and it has mushrooms. I tell them not to put the olives on there. And it just has Italian sausage. And I said, okay, I can do that. Not overly indulging. They don't like pile it up and it's just a little bit on there, but the main thing is the fresh Parmesan cheese that they put on it. And I said, and I want a green salad with it. So I'm thinking to myself, they're not open yet, and I'm thinking, do I want the garlic? Or would I like to try something else? Would I like to try their pesto? So I was looking at a couple of other pizzas that has some pesto on it. And I said, no, I think I'll just stick with the black and white. So I call it in. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I call it in before it's 11 o'clock because they don't open till 11. And I said, yes, I want to call in an order for pickup. I'm putting in my order with the universe. I'm telling them what I want. They take my order. She says, okay, to be ready in 15 minutes. I said, no problem, on my way. I get there. And as I'm driving there, I said, it'd be kind of nice. I'd like to get a nice cold drink. I just want to kind of chill today. That's what I want. I want a salad and some pizza and a nice cool cranberry drink. Just some good juice. So I get there and this lady comes out and she goes, oh, you're here for your black and white pizza? And I go, yes, is it ready? And they're like, well, we had a problem. I'm going, problem? Oh. And she says, well, we made it with the creamy pesto. I start laughing inside. I said, shit, that's what I thought the first time. And she said, but we're already making you the other pizza that you originally called in for. And I said, oh, okay. She goes, I could credit your account since we made a mistake, or I could do it. I go, no, that's okay. I'm fine. That's okay. And she said, well, would you like something to drink? Can I get you something to drink? And I said, can it be to go? She goes, yeah. And I said, I'd like to have cranberry drink. Cranberry juice, please. She goes, okay. So I get my cranberry drink. And then she comes back out and she said, since we made a mistake on that pizza, do you want to take that with you? Do you have anybody you'd like to give that to? And I said, well, I'll just take it with me. She goes, yeah, no charge, no nothing. We made the error. And I said, okay. So I have 2 pizzas. Now, here's the thing. I have 2 pieces because the one where I thought, and I said the thought, went out there, got picked up. Somebody picked up the thought. The guy picked up the thought and made it. But I called in the other one. But my original thought was, I think I want to try the pesto one, creamy pesto. So today I got 2 pizzas. They're small. But it was kind of interesting because I never tried that. So I said to myself, that's just nice. I got the cranberry drink. And I said, okay, what's going on here? And it's the duality energy that we're in. There's a timeline that is literally picking up your thoughts first before you even speak with this. So what your thoughts are being put out there is getting picked up like that. Now, yesterday it was a nonstop thought thing. This morning, a nonstop thought thing. Just thinking it is so highly activated right now. So let's talk about this 888 energy. Now, some of you probably heard some people saying things like, oh, well, it's a bad thing, it's a blah, blah, blah. Okay, here's the thing. It is a Gregorian calendar cycle, okay? Which means that the lesser powers are going to invert it and use it for stupidness. But because those of us that are thinking about it are going to implement higher energy on top of it. So when you look at that 8, we're up here on the 8. We're on the top, creating something. They're on the bottom, doing stupidness. So the 8, the higher 8s, oh, I like that. The higher 8s, yes, I like that. That's nice. The higher eights are going to wipe out the lower eights, the lower vibrational eights, which means they're doing Lemurian things or whatever. We're going to cancel out their stuff. And I like that. Because there's energy running around out there saying, oh, you don't want to do anything, like that's not a good day to manifest anything, blah, blah, blah. No, it's a good day to set some damn good intentions of what you need it to be, not going along with what they're trying to make, to cancel out anything that's lower energy. Okay, so the thoughts are surging like crazy. Your thoughts are just boom. So I'm inviting each and every one of you to really, really pay attention to your thoughts, because as soon as you think it, it's already out there. It's already being created. Which brings me to this next part. What are you creating for yourself? What is it feeling like? Are you seeing it? Are you feeling it? Or are you still in la la land saying, oh, nothing's happening for me. I don't see anything. I'm not seeing anything. Okay. Yeah, you are. You're not seeing anything. That's the manifestation. That's the reality. You're not seeing anything. But what if you were to shift the words and just say, no, I'm choosing to be totally divinely aligned so I can see all the wonderful synchronicity. Because when we talk about galactic calendar and how that's lined up with energy, it's all about synchronicity. It's all about alignment galactic-wise, the imprint galactic-wise. So, like today, because it's July 28th, we're dealing with Gamma. We're dealing with the red galactic dragon. What's tonight? House of Dragons. Yes, we get to see. Whoa. Tonight, and then the next night, and the next Sunday is the last. That's it. And I'm like, damn, now you gotta wait, what, another year and a half or 2 more years before they bring on another season? Anyway, red galactic dragon. I harmonize in order to nurture. Modeling being, I seal the input of birth with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of life force. Hit the word the red moon last night. The color is red. The planet is Neptune. Chakra is throat. The earth family is cardinal. Now get this. So this thing comes up on my feed about Texas, saying that they need to be aware they're going to have extreme cold weather. And I said, oh, this must be an old feed. And I'm looking and I said, no, it's not old feed. This is just being posted. So evidently they're putting it out there that Texas is going to be hit with extreme cold weather. And I said, well, how is that going to happen when we've been having nothing but heat waves? And I said, oh, maybe that's where they're going to manipulate it. Because they were talking about how, now I'm showing you something. I'm showing you how this is working. They showed how over in Paris it was raining. And I'm like, well, I thought they were hot not too long ago. No, it's raining during the Olympics. And they're saying it was generated. What is the difference between us and them? That energy. They have to literally go out and cultivate and make it happen and manipulate it. Where we can actually just stand in who we are, think the thought, and it's done, it's created. It's happening. It's creating. We didn't have a machine. We didn't go out and go try to do something crazy. We just think of it and it happens. It aligns and it comes into fruition. That's the difference between a divine being and a non-divine being. I take great pleasure in saying that. That's the difference between a divine being and a non-divine being. Doesn't that feel good when you say that? To know that you're a divine being. You don't have to work at it like that to do that. You just simply state it as such and it just falls into place. It falls into alignment. So I'm thinking about that. So now I'm going to watch and see how that energy is going to unfold. But what timeline is that going to be on? Remember, everything is a timeline now. We have the old timeline, we have the new timeline, and there's that little gap in between before it gets over here. Kind of like a weird timeline that can go either or. Does this thing, depending on where you're standing in it before you make a decision. I call that the fourth dimensional timeline because it's not solidified until you actually make up your mind. Okay? So, in the cultivation of discrimination and the remembrance of elevates the seer into high, positive, holy states, creating a shield of light that repels the negative forces. Let me read that again for you, lovelies, because I want to make sure that we are all aligned with this statement. Okay, this is just for today. Look at this. The cultivation of discrimination and remembrance elevates the seer into high, positive, and holy states, creating a shield of light that repels the negative forces. Ta-da! There we go. Yeah. Yeah. When you shield the negative energy, it doesn't come in your space. Which is why I'm talking about this, because I find it very interesting that your thoughts are really coming in clearly. And it's creating that synchronicity. So let's take this one step further. So when I come out I'm going to go drive and pick up everything. I see this beautiful lab dog comes out. It's my neighbor's dog. So he comes out from the car. They had just went somewhere, went walking or something. He has his little teddy bear dog thing with him in his mouth. And he sees me. So I stop and I said, well, let me stop here. And he looks at me and I go, how are you this morning? Are you doing well? And he goes, he runs up the stairs. He's never done this before. Runs up the stairs all the way up to the third floor to greet me. And I said, well, what are you doing up here? And his mama pet owner is saying, hey, what are you doing up there? She goes, I'm sorry. I said, no, don't be sorry. He just wanted to come up and say hi. So he takes his teddy bear. I said, well, I'm going downstairs. He comes up behind me, takes the teddy bear and nudges me. And I go, I'm going. And he comes and he walks side by side down the stairs with me. And she says, he never goes up the stairs like that. And he's always fearful to come down the stairs. Oh my goodness. She goes, what did you just do? And he looks back at me and comes over. And he's just like, and I go, you have a good day too. And turns around and walks back to her. And I said, what the hell is going on? I said, this dog doesn't know me from Adam and just came up and did that. And I'm like, okay. So here's the thing. As we're moving into the higher frequency, I hope you are giving yourself permission to be more than 5. Be on that 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. Give yourself permission to do that. Okay? Be in the higher frequency. Don't be afraid to expand yourself into that consciousness of higher frequency. Just simply by thinking it, just simply by knowing you are a divine being in the thought of magic. Okay, thought magic is all about what you are sending out there and it aligns. Just like it did for what I was thinking, well, a creamy pesto. I've never tried that. And then they ended up making it anyway. I really think it's my guys having fun with me, saying, let's just surprise her. Let's give her 2 pizzas today. Don't tell her. Shh. Let's just see what she's going to do. I'm like, what? So I want you to really think about, how is this happening? How is it aligning with you? Okay. All the work I want you to think about, if you've been here in the Be So Light tribe, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. But if you're a regular tribe member, you know all the work that we've been doing. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? That's what I want you to really look at. Are you seeing it? Are you feeling it? Are you aligning with it? Okay? Because if you're not seeing it and you're not aligning with it, what's blocking you? Which brings me to my next point. For tomorrow at 9 a.m., a free Zoom call. You can come and join us on the free Zoom web. We're going to be online. And you can come and ask your questions, especially things that you want to dive into that we can't talk on here on YouTube. You know why? Because they're the Lord energy. They don't understand this higher stuff. Okay, so that's definitely available. All you have to do is go to galacticspirallight.com, my webpage. Go all the way, after you get on the landing page, go all the way down until you see 2 little buttons at the bottom. And then you hit the wavy one. That's my WordPress. Hit that one. And that'll give you the code so you can come in. All you have to do is just make sure you have, type in Zoom on your regular, whatever, Google, whatever. Go in, type in join, and type in the ID, and then type in the password. And then come on in, and we'll let you in. So if there's something you want to ask a question about, or if there's something that you're going through, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. But if you're not experiencing it, why are you not experiencing it? Where are you? What is your thoughts creating? Because I'm getting full-on evidence that whatever thought I'm sending out, it happens like that. And it's kind of freaky. It's kind of like, wow, this is like really fast. There's no prep. There's no prep. It's like, what? Wait. Hold on a second. I thought it. I didn't know for sure if it's going to show up, but it's here. Okay, fine. You got to be ready for your thoughts because it moves so fast. Now, thoughts move faster than the speed of light. 17 seconds, 7 seconds, 17 seconds is received out there in the universe. So if you know that, what are you creating? What are your thoughts doing? Now, I'm not saying that you can sit around and say, oh, I'm thinking of about $100,000, thinking $100,000. Okay, you're thinking about $100,000. Are you ready to handle $100,000? Are you aligned with $100,000? What is the intention with the $100,000? What are you going to do with it? What's it for? See the difference? Do you believe, here's where it kicks us all in the butt. Do you believe that you can have $100,000 come to you? And I'm not talking about through the mail on a credit card approval card. I'm not talking about that. I mean flat out free $100,000 given. Not through no credit card with some ridiculous APR on it, 29.9% or 31.3% interest rate on it. They need to be just spanked. What's wrong with them? Anyway, I'm just saying, think about it. Are you ready for that? Would you allow yourself to have it? That's the question. Would you allow yourself to have it? Can you see yourself having it? Do you feel yourself having it? That's the difference. And that's where a lot of us are still in practice, allowing ourselves to open up and expand to allow that in. Get ready to allow that to come in. How would you feel if you did have that? What would you do with it? What's your thoughts for it? Why are you thinking that? Because here's the thing, you don't want that to show up through something like a car accident and you get paid out that way. What would this money be used for? Do you see what I'm saying? You don't want to say, oh yeah, I'd like to have $100,000. Okay, what is it for? How do you see yourself receiving that? Because you don't want to receive it in a negative form. Okay? That's where you really want to be precise on what you would use it for. What would be your intention for it? Because the universe right now is all about how does it make you feel? What were you thinking when you were creating it, when you sent the thought out? What does it align with? Think about that. When I was thinking about a salad and a pizza today, I said, that would be really kind of good. I would love to have that today. Look at the words. I would love to have that today. That sounds really good. I would love to have that today. Oh, and I would love to have a salad with that. That sounds really good. I like that. That sounds like very laid back, something cool and good to eat, and their bread is always fresh, the dough, everything. Yeah, I think I like that. I would like to have that. Okay? So now I've sent that out, and now the universe is like, boom, 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 boom. I'm just going to take the action to align with it, to go pick it up. So I ended up with 2 today. While they're laughing in the corner saying, it's got 2. Duality pizza. No. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about this. And I say, there's a lot going on energetically. And we have to be that much more clear. So if you would like to join us tomorrow on the Zoom, please do. It will be 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's California time. And then it's going to be 11 o'clock Midwestern, and then add an hour on accordingly to wherever you are in the United States or around the world. So, love to have you. If there's something you want to talk about, we talk about a lot of different things on Zoom because there's no regulation. I can talk about anything and everything. Yes, I can. And I don't have to be trying to worry about dancing around over here my words and all this stuff on this platform. Does that make sense? So let's take a look-see at some energy stuff. Any questions so far? Anything going on? And I was going to raise my rates August 1st, but I'm going to wait until after the portal to raise my rates up. So if you've been thinking about you'd love to have a session with me, please do. Email me through my page, my web page. I'd be love to help you before I raise my rates up. Now you're probably saying, why are you going to raise your rates up? I'm going to tell you why. And I'm sharing this with all of you because this is for everyone who has ever struggled with business. A lot of light workers struggle with it. A lot of way showers struggle with their price worth, what you want to pay for. And then some people struggle with it because they figure you're working in the service of divine, you're working in the service of creator. You shouldn't charge for your healing work. Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm living here on earth. You're living here on earth. It requires you to have certain currency in order to feed yourself, to take care of the bills that were put on you when you were born, and to take care of those things. So when it comes to equal energy, what energy you're putting out there, you need to be compensated for that. You cannot constantly have where you're just giving and giving and giving and giving and giving, and there's nothing given back to you in return. Okay? There has to be a give and a receive because that's how we build our currency of ourselves as well as for other. So you have to have this balance. There has to be balance because if you're constantly giving and not receiving, you are being depleted. I will do my best to join. I will be at work, but would love to say hi. Yeah, come on in and say hi. Come on in. But if you have something you want to talk about now, if it's something that I don't have to edit out all my words on, I'm more than happy to help you with that. So, but you have to allow yourself to know what your self-worth is. And I had this lesson a few days ago with a friend who says, Felicia, you give a lot to people. I've seen your work. I have valued from your work. Your work is beautiful, what you do. You give a lot. But yet and still, your prices don't equal the amount of energy that you do. You need to raise your prices up, honey. And I was like, oh. And she goes, no, you got to raise them up. And you know what? She's right. I do have to raise them up because what will happen, 9 times out of 10 anyway, the people that normally come and see me, I kid you not, are people who are in the medical field. And I'm not talking just nurses. I see doctors. I see psychiatrists, people that'll come and talk. People who are working with cancer patients come in and they get a session with me because they're working through something. They're working through something that they haven't been able to give themselves permission to let go of. So now they are giving themselves permission to let go of something. So that's why it's good to take the time and evaluate if you need to raise your prices. Because if you're giving a lot of yourself and you love what you do and you value what you do, the value of the price represents how you feel about your work. I love what I do. I try to keep everything comparable for people. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, it's like this. You really want to have that session. You will make time for it. Just like people make time to get their nails done, get their hair done, to go on their trips, do all that. They make time for it. They know they put their money what they really, really want. But one thing about us, when it comes to our self healing and our self care and doing inner work, we put that on the back burner because the aesthetic part of how we look on the outside is what counts, right? Am I right or wrong? Because that's where our attention really does go. As long as I look good on the outside, nobody has to know how I am really feeling on the inside. Then I'm still dealing with some shit from my past that's still tripping me up. But oh well, I'll get over it. You see what we do? That's more important to look okay on the outside. But really on the inside, we're cracking, we're suffering, we're snapping, we're blocked, we're not happy, we're in this looping energy, can't get out of it, and you're just like, what the hell is going on? Well, what's more important to you? Maybe going inside and taking the time to work on that and investing in yourself from within will give you what you want to be aligned with on the outside. And it's so true. You cannot have wealth if you don't have your health. They both walk hand in hand. All the money in the world doesn't mean anything if you're not going to be able to enjoy it because you're too busy dealing with your body that's breaking down from all your emotional shit. So there's so much stuff going on with people because they don't take the time to get in there and do the work. And I know this is the part where a lot of us don't want to do it because it means you have to go back. It means you have to open that up. You have to clean that wound out. It means you have to look at something. It means you have to acknowledge something. You don't get to ignore it anymore. I get it. I totally understand that 100%. You have to go in there and do that. And sometimes those of us that are light workers and way showers, seers, healers, all of us that are goddess walking beings, we got stuff. And you can't be of service if you're not showing up for yourself. You got to show up for yourself and you got to be willing enough to get in there and do the work. No matter what it is that's coming up, you got to be able to face it and get rid of it. Cut those timelines, clear that crap out so that you're not walking on as we move higher up into these energies. I told one friend, I said, you got to really work on yourself because we're going to be going up higher in these frequencies and it's going to get more accelerated and it's going to get more amplified. Now she sees what I mean. All of us are feeling something that is still there that you have to work on. You got to clear it. And you're feeling it getting a little bit more intense. It's getting intense. Very. And you can't afford to keep sitting in it. You know, and I'm not just saying this, oh, just book it with me. Whoever you see you're attracted to, as long as they walk with integrity and they have, you know, they're authentic in their work and they mean well what they do and they walk a good way and they're there to support you in a good, positive way, then yes, sign up, do something with that person that will help you get over that hump. Okay, that's the bottom line. Get over that hump. So, did everybody go get anything? Did you get a little? I did a little bit too much tambourines yesterday. Yeah. Can't help myself. It's just something about that. And you know what? I sent, I sent Priestess Amara, I sent her a comment on her last video and I said, hey, just to let you know, I got my tambourine and I got my sistrum. I got that and they're handmade. And she goes, oh, and then when I told her the story about the sistrum, and I said, yeah, when I got it in my hand and I was shaking it, all of a sudden I felt like I was inside of a pyramid, and then I moved it, and then it switched back to the shopping center. I moved it again. I was in a pyramid, and I go, what the heck is this? She goes, girl, you just had a past life memory with holding that. And I said, oh my gosh. So yeah, she was really, really happy that I sent her that info. She was like, I'm so glad you got that. I'm so glad. Because what does that do? That lets her know, too, as she's a priestess, an elder of wisdom, that she is, what she's out there teaching, that someone was paying attention and they went out and they got that and they now have those tools added into their medicine, all because she was teaching about it. And I kept dragging my feet because I was like, oh, well, let me look online, let me check it out. But Spirit was like, no, you're going to go to Nevada City because they just got the shipment in. You're going in now. And there it was. Boom. Exactly. Now, here's the thing. I said I wanted a tambourine, but I also wanted to have a sistrum, the more Egyptian one. And I said, well, I don't know. I really would like to have one. And be nice if it was handmade. It'd be cool. There it was. That was another one that was a thought. And there it was. So I, I'm not kidding. All of you need to really pay attention to your thought magic. Put it out there. What's your thinking? Your thought magic. Okay? All right. Any questions about that? We're going to dive into a different frequency read today. We're going to do a little bit of the Cosmic Consciousness Ascension cards, which is all about the light language. And then we are going into the celestial frequency. And then what have we forgotten? So let's take a look at 2 and 2. What have we forgotten? Yeah, I would highly suggest if you don't have a rattle or a drum and you're just wanting to get your hands on a tambourine or a sistrum, get that. All right, frequencies. Playful, magical fairy pools, being in the fairy realm, getting into that energy. I love that because the fairies, be warned, fairies love metal. They love to move keys, anything that's metal. So if you put your keys somewhere and you come back and you got a lot of plants around in your home and you see sparkly lights all the time, those are the fairies. They will move, they will take your keys. And then all you have to do is say, could you bring me my keys back, please? And they'll bring your keys back. So if you got a lot of fairies in your home, in Cherokee, it's called the little people. The little people like to do. And let me tell you, I used to never believe in the little people, but they're very curious, especially if you have a bag of items in a brown paper bag and you set it on the floor and you're maybe in the living room doing something, you'll hear a lot of rustling going on in the paper bag. That's the little people coming to check out what you got. Okay? And that's the folklore of fairies of the Cherokee people. Confidence, the Atlantean libraries. Ooh, that's all about the crystals and the Atlantean libraries. So if you've really been kind of joining in with the crystal energy and just feeling that need to get a crystal or something, that's because a lot of the crystals are really amped up right now. Or if you have your own crystals and you're feeling the need like you need to be setting them out in sunlight and, placing them on the earth for a few minutes and then taking them up so that they can just get some new earth codes in them. That might be a calling for you to do with that. Here are the words. Oh, wow, look at this. So we have confidence and playful, but in light language we have forgiveness, which is serious initiation. So forgiveness, the light language of this, needing to forgive, because that is the part that brings in initiation. And then fear, releasing the fear. Orion, releasing the fear. So working with the symbol of this, the light language of this, helps release the fear. So find out what you're fearful about. What is that fear? What did we forget? Ooh, nice. 12. Guess what? Cleansing. Cleansing. Notice how he's standing out in water. Now this is really interesting. Standing out in water, sun is shining down, water is purification. Let's see what the meaning is. Cleansing. I love these cards. So cleansing is ocean of consciousness. May we all remember how to walk in the light. May we all be reminders of how to return to the rhythm and the receptivity of nature. May our burdens be lifted, our energy cleansed, and may our souls prevail over our egos and jerks. I don't know why she put it like that. May we speak to ourselves and act with love, kindness, service, and compassion. May we be kind to others, even jerks. May we receive calm seas and deep compassion on our journey. So it's kind of funny how she wrote that in there, jerks. So the cleansing, remembering, remembering the cleansing. This morning was really kind of cool just to get up and just take a nice hot bath early this morning. Start your day off with a nice cleansing, healing bath. Okay? So if you haven't taken time to do some water bonding, maybe today's a good day to do that. Okay? So that is the message for today, lovelies. Your thought magic. What are you sending out there? What are you mastering with your thoughts? Because I'm having a good time with that. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to think about this. And there's some things that I'll say in my mind, and I'll say, I really need that sound to stop, knock that off, because I can't, all of a sudden it'll just stop. Or I'm really hot right now. I wish the air conditioner would come on right now. Air conditioner comes on right now. It's just that I'm thinking it and boom, it happens. Oh, I wish so-and-so would call me about this and I haven't heard anything. Boom, they call. So how are you going to be cultivating this? Because we are using the portal of the 8 in a positive direction and not in an inverted direction. Okay? So how does this energy flow for you? What are you seeking? You know, what are you cultivating? What's still sitting on you? What's not moving yet? So things should be moving for you because we've done a lot of cord cutting. We've done a lot of ancestral, generational work. We've done a lot of that to get things to move. So what is still not making you happy? What is still not ringing your bell? Okay? What's still not showing up? What is it? Because until you acknowledge what that is and then step back and say, okay, what do I need to give up that's in the way of this? Why I'm not receiving it? What's your language? What are you saying to yourself? What's your feeling? What are you saying? Because the universe is picking that up. Creator's picking that up. Feeling that. What are you feeling? Okay? So let's, everyone, this week, you are going to shift and you're going to just be in this place where you think of it and just let it be and watch it show up. And I want you to be in a place, thank you. I want you to be in a place of this. Be in a place of knowing that you are a divine being. Some of us are still struggling with that. You say you are, but you don't act like you are. Ooh. You say you are, but you don't act like you are. Oh, ooh. What do? Did that strike a chord? Did that ruffle somebody's feathers? Did that get things twisted in the wind? Did that make someone go, oh, did you just get upset about that just now? Did it just trigger you? That word, the way it was said? Good. Then it's bringing attention to what you need to pay attention to and how you need to remove that energy. Go forth, loved ones, and do that. Go do those things. Make those things come. Be one with those things. There you go. I've spoken. All right. Just know you're loved. Just know you're awake and you're divinely aligned. Just know you're heard and know that you're seen. And you are a divine being. And divinely magic. Just know that. But be that. Be that. I want everyone to practice that these next few days. Be that. Somebody better come on here. I won't be here tomorrow because I'll be in the Zoom. I'll come on Tuesday. Somebody better come in and say, hey, I tried that. What did you experience? Okay? Align with it. Be bigger. Think bigger. Don't think negative. Align with it. Okay? All right, lovelies. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. You do the same. I'm looking forward to our water ceremony and how we are using it for the highest good. Okay? All right, lovelies. Be good to yourself. Much love to you. Just take the time. What are your thoughts doing? Be in the magic of the thoughts. What's the thoughts? Where your thoughts are, focus energy. Where are your thoughts? All right? Much love to you.